Let's bring out our first guest. He's making his second appearance on Running Late because he's just that good, folks. He started his career in the business of show as a writer on Late Night with Dave Letterman, where he met Chris Elliott, with whom he collaborated to create the cult Fox TV show Get a Life and the cult feature film Cabin Boy. He went on to write Lucky Numbers, Death to Smoochie, and most recently, a collection of essays called Will Not Attend, Lively Stories of Detachment and Isolation, which was my favorite book of 2014. There's now a paperback edition out. It's my favorite book of 2015. Please welcome the lovely and talented Adam Resnick. Adam.
You know, look, let me say, though.
Yeah, please.
I mean to say this because, you know, about a year ago or a little longer, Dave announced his retirement, Dave Letterman.
Right.
And the moment that happened, like, I had a dream. And shortly thereafter was announced that Stephen Colbert got the show. And I was immediately like, you know, look, you got fucked. That's all I'm going to say.
Thank you.
And I will vow to you right now, I will never set foot on the Stephen Colbert show. I am totally Club Scott. That's how
Loyal.
it's gonna go. And
Loyal to Running Late.
There you go. And anytime you need me to put asses in the seats, I'm here for you.
That's right.
I want you to know that.
I think it was that last-minute tweet that really put this over the edge.
That's right. I think so.
From the Twitter account you don't have.
Right. Yeah, I don't have.
Note to future talk shows: book guests with social media followings. That's important. No, Adam, it's wonderful to have you back. Lots to talk about, man. First of all, book's been out for over a year now, and the paperback is out this summer. You know, it must have done well. They don't just make paperbacks for everything, do they?
Well, yeah, kind of. No, it was. I'm sure if it did awful, there would have been no paperback. But it's, yeah.
How's the paper quality for the new one here?
Shitty.
Shitty?
It's really, yeah. I'm gonna say no. When I saw it, I was a little bit like, it felt like I wasn't sure. You know, like it was for cardboard, it's not bad. The paper.
2-ply?
Yeah, the paper, right? Yeah, the paper is a little bit like the actual. I'm not talking about the pages now. It's a little bit like Scott Towels or something. But it's the ink is a little running, and you know. But still, it's worth the money, believe me.
Chinese newsprint, yeah. What's been the fallout from friends and family? Because these stories you write are very personal stories about growing up, your brothers, and contemporary stories with your wife and your wife's sister, and a lot of people that maybe you write not so delicately about.
No, yeah, a lot of people are pissed off at me. It's starting, the cloud's starting to lift a little bit now, but yeah, I grew up in this hell house with 5 brothers and no sisters, with 6 boys, and it was a nightmare for me anyway. It was just, it was awful. But so I wrote about that, wrote about my parents a little bit, and I gave the book to my mom when it was out, you know, and I was, you know, when it was first printed, and I said, hey, look, Mom, I wrote a book. It's a little bit about the family, but you know, it's just jokes and stuff, and my mom is really, you know, she wants to be supportive, so she read it and said, oh, I just thought it was great. I'm like, really? That's great. She said, no, I like it. It really sounded like you. Congratulations. I'm so proud. And the next day, my brother called me and said, yeah, you know, I was talking to Mom about your book. And I'm here, yeah? Yeah, she said you threw us under the bus. So there you go. That's the story of my life, yeah.
Communication's key in the Resnick household.
Yeah. No, she sugar-coated it for me, I guess.
A little bit.
Yeah.
You write about your dad, Merv Resnick.
Yeah.
Great character in this book, also a real-life person.
He's a great character.
great. You were blessed with great literary figures in your own household.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy.
And he's still feisty, still with us?
Yeah, completely. He's, I mean, he said so many, my dad never said anything in his life to be funny or to get a laugh. He just is funny. He doesn't know he's being funny. Like, I've never heard my dad ever just tell a joke. He would consider that, like, weak, you know, like anyone that would do that, almost feminine, like, you know, why the fuck would I tell a joke, you know? But he would say things that were so funny and so bizarre, and one of my favorites was, I don't know, I was like maybe 15. My dad was obsessed when he would eat, and everyone would have to be really quiet. Mostly you should just clear the room for safety. Because if you made one little noise, if you just dropped, you know, the corner of or something, I could drop your spoon on the plate, that little clink, he'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? He would like jump from that, he'd be reading the paper. But he loves napkins, overly so, I don't know why, but he always had to have a lot of napkins. You know, for me, the average person, 2 napkins, I think covers it all. You know, you fuck up one, then you got the second napkin. But my dad always wanted lots and lots of napkins. So you'd be eating, and every few seconds, like, Joyce, could I have another napkin, please? And then she would come out. She already, keep in mind, he's already got like a pile of napkins. He's already gone through all of them.
A ream of napkins on the table.
So he'll bring another pile of napkins. He'll go through those. Joyce, could I have some fucking napkins? Jesus Christ, you know? She'll bring him more napkins, you know, and still it's like, Joyce, just bring me the fucking bag of napkins. And she finally she would bring all the napkins and walk out, and then he just looked at me and just shook his head and goes, you know, I think your mother was a napkin in another life. Now, let me explain to you what that means in case you don't, for what I take it to mean. What he thought was that my mother in a previous life was a napkin, died, as napkins do, or however they die, came back to this life in human form as my mother, and shortchanges my dad on napkins to this day because she feels sorry for napkins. I guess because they get all sloppy with shit and whatever anyone or people, and they get thrown away. So that was his thing. He thought she was a napkin in another life. It made sense to me. You know? Yeah.
Napkins don't have it easy.
Right, yeah, they don't. Not around my dad, they don't.